Something we've only seen less than a handful of times since this franchise was born back in the 90s, and that's Jacksonville hosting in the playoffs as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field. Tonight, it's the AFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the Denver Broncos and the Jacksonville Jaguars. What twists and turns will January have in store for us? The NFL playoffs are officially underway. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
At their own 13-yard line.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
Check four.
They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They go play action here. Mon. Flushed out, and he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Bradley Chubb in there to bury him for a loss of 11. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
Choose the mic. Yo.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Off the play fake. Lock. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. From the gun, it's Locke. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. They'll get this quickly out to Claypool. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Locke. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Miles Jack working free that time to take him down.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. A field goal would tie it, but they want more. They're going for it. Locke to throw for it on 4th. Eluding the pressure right. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Bond out of the shotgun. Deep ball for Goodwin. He rifles one that's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And the Broncos are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw a defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, Most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down. On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. .37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll make it second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On second down, a run with Etienne. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. On first down, right back to Etienne. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. A give to Etienne running right. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Gibson here running out of the gun. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Now Mon. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark, 27 yards. And the Jaguars will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. It is fielded right at the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Second and 10. From midfield, here's Locke. This one swung out to Williams. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Williams going to get it again on second down. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
I think they like this drive a little bit better than partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They have a first and 10 at the 13-yard line. Now Locke going to run a little touch pass here to his wideout. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. From 13 yards out. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. McManus's point after is good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
A good gain on first, has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. A handoff for Etienne. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll run with Etienne. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. 46 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Off the play fake, Mon. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Bond going to throw it. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So that challenge, a successful one. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
At the 9-yard line.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And that'll set him back 5. They are pushed back 5 yards by the delay of game, 2nd and 8.
Choose the mic. Come on.
Here's Mond. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Hayden Hurst in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Plenty of adjustments likely being made by both teams in their respective locker rooms. To find out who advances to the divisional round, let's get you back out to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Taken at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Throwing on first down is Locke. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Well, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Off the option, here's Williams. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
Getting out a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Locked to throw on 3rd and 1. Got a man, it's Judy, complete. And he will have a Broncos first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. They go back to the ground with Williams. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 30 on 2nd down. Locke. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Here's Locke to throw. And that is incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been any. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything is working pretty well. For the defensive
what's going on in the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. A handoff for Gibson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Mon now off of play action. Flush to his right. And that's complete ETN out of the backfield. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Here's a give to ETN. And some room to work. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The 71 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mon looks to throw. And incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Mond. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. All told, it's a loss of 8 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. They'll drop to throw. Open man right side is Shark. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Locke. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Locke. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Locke working out of the gun. Williams brings it in. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Williams. 46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
Yeah, this defense as a whole has really been flying to the football all game long. They have not allowed too much of anything. And here's another example. A great play there to get in and disrupt it before it could get going.
And if we turn to the next-gen stats, the final clocking, well, it's ridiculous. 22.5 miles an hour. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Williams. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Hey, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
And here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Locke. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And this a very important drive leading in the fourth quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here first down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Got to figure now after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
On second down, a run with Gibson. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be third down at about the length of the football. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is third and inches.
Move. 4 down, 4 down. Check. Mike, forward. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
From the gun, here's Mod. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Going for it, here's Etienne. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10.
57's Mike. Mike 57. 57's the Mike. Mike 57. Here we go, team.
Here's Etienne. Muscles him off. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Back to throw. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Locke. Gets this to Fant. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Now Locke. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Second down at 7. Locked to throw. Well, that's complete to the fullback, Ricard. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. Locke. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left. And this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Game on the line. Season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down. Now Locke, gotta have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, their playoff run may end right here. Down to a